Hi and welcome to today's video. Today's going to be about staying sane during exam period. I think for a lot of students out there, it's exam period right now, or at least in Europe. So let's chit chat about how to not go completely insane during revision as well as during exam period. Revision period is starting in around 2 weeks for me, and then I have 2 weeks to prepare for exams, and then I have around 1 month of exams, so the entire month of June. So I was thinking of doing a little series on studying, how to stay sane, revision tips, and just maybe talking in general about school. I'm studying law. This is my master's in law, my first year, and then next year will be my second year and my specialization. So I thought maybe some people could be interested in this. I love to watch other law students show how they study, like the little tips and tricks and their methods that they use to study. And I thought something I can really bring to the table is regarding organization and scheduling. That's something I love to do. The first thing I need to reiterate that everyone should already be doing and that everyone knows but might not be doing yet is to prepare in advance. Schedule your studying in advance. So what I mean by that is, so like I said, I have 2 weeks, right, to study for the exams. I have my exam schedule already put in my Google Calendar. And then based on which exam comes when, so the sequences of the exams, as well as the intensity and the material load, I then go backwards and I calculate how long I'm going to need to study for each exam, going backwards from the date of the exam, if that makes sense. I'll insert a picture here of my Google Calendar. So I color code. Red is the actual exam on that day. And then in blue, I usually put which subject I'm going to study which day. So I usually dedicate specific days to specific subjects, but I keep a reserve. So when I'm really sick of that subject that day, let's say I'll do 7 or 8 hours, which is a lot, I will do the material, like the subject of the next day, I'll do 1 hour of that if I'm really sick of it. But in general, I kind of stick to the blue subject each day. Then within each day, so in the blue, I'll show you again a picture, I describe what I'm going to do in that subject specifically, be it retake notes, go through PowerPoints, print out specific subjects, do a mock exam, do exercises, whatever it is, I will give myself a description of what I'm doing in which subject each day. Because as you'll see, there's a few days where I do the same subject. So I need to also structure what I'm doing in that specific subject. Something that goes along with the idea of planning out the entire month for revision is planning your day-to-day. Like I said, I already plan what I'm doing for each subject within the days, I've divided them over, like spread the subject over. But additionally to that, I plan the day, not by hour, but I do plan out my day quite well. So I'll write down when I work out, when I have to go to, the doctor appointment, whatever it is. I have some doctor appointments coming up. I also write down if I have to print out anything, go to the library specifically to print out certain things, or if I'm going to study from home, if I'm going to meet up with a friend. I plan out everything within the day so that when I wake up in the morning, I have a game plan. I know what I'm doing. If someone watched my older video on feminine energy and being in the present moment, I know that what I'm saying is contradicting what I said in that video about being more go with the flow, less in the planning, focusing more on the present moment. I agree. But we're talking about studying and exams. This is not about manifesting life. I'm working towards the good grades. I'm taking action towards the good grades. But I am trying to rationalize and I am trying to tell myself to be more relaxed because there's no point in overstressing. So I'm trying to hit a balance here. But yes, don't come for me. I know that I am planning a lot. But I do think it's helpful. So far it's always worked out well. My grades have always been good. So I'm going to stick to that. But I am implementing newer things that I'm trying to change for this exam revision period. And I will let you know how that goes. In my upcoming video, I think I'm going to discuss studying more specifically. So the techniques I'm using or how I'm studying or preparing for exams. And I'm going to discuss the results once I'm done with all the exams and I get my results back to compare maybe what I used to do versus what I did this time and see what works best, or at least discuss the pros and the cons. Because last semester went really well, but I was extremely stressed and it was extremely time consuming the way I studied. So I want to see if this method works out better. So if you want more videos on studying law, stay tuned because there will be upcoming videos. The second tip, and this is something I'm really trying out this semester because I didn't do it last semester and I really regret not doing it, it's Planning, fun time. Because when you're studying, you feel like, oh, I need to study every day. Let's go, let's grind. But at some point, you're going to get sick of it. At some point, you're not going to be productive. And also, you need something to look forward to. So what I'm doing, again, here a picture, I'm inserting a few days that I'm looking forward to. So within the next month where I'm living, there's going to be a few events. There's a marathon I want to attend because people tend to go out to party. I won't be running it this year. I did the half marathon last year. I've mentioned that in previous videos. But this year, I'm focusing on studying and partying that specific evening. And then there's another big event that I want to go to, which is again more of a celebration. And then there's 1 week where my parents aren't there, and I'm reserving one evening after most of my exams are over to do a barbecue with a big group of friends. See, those are 3 days within a month. It's not that much, but I'm reserving an evening each time, and once an afternoon to an evening of fun time, because then I'm looking forward to it. I always know what I'm doing. Additionally to this fun time, I'm dedicating specific moments for working out, which again, I consider fun time. It's both. It's fun time, but it's also kind of necessary to keep me A, sane, and B, just good in my own body, feeling good. One of these things is yoga. I treat myself to yoga, to hot yoga specifically, every week, every second week, kind of. And I've already booked the days so that it fits in my schedule. So the day where I feel like the subject is least intense, or when I feel like I've done a subject for enough days consecutively, I'm doing yoga. So those are also already in my schedule. Again, I can look forward to them. It's a little pause, but it's also being productive. And I still feel good about myself after taking that time. Then another tip, I'm definitely going to implement this revision period. Sleeping enough. I've done a few nuits blanches, we call them. It's when you do an all-nighter. I don't want to do that again. I feel like it doesn't really make that much of a difference on how much I know in the end or how well I perform, because I tend to be more tired, obviously, during the exam. I don't think it's really worth it. If I feel like it's really necessary, okay, I'll do one. But I mean, within this month of exams, I don't really want to try and do one. And then additionally to sleeping well, it's, like I already said, working out regularly, keeping myself sane. Outside of the fun yoga events, just going to the gym, running, whatever it is. I'm going to work out a little bit more, because I feel like during exam period I kind of get off track, or I do the other thing, I procrastinate and go to the gym a lot. And that, I go to the gym for 2 big hours. That's 2 big hours of study time that I'm using. So I would rather have a shorter, more intense workout of an hour this revision period. Something else I want to try and do that I don't usually do, but I should, is to drink less caffeine. Or at least energy drinks. I like to eat and drink healthy, but I must say my guilty pleasure is energy drinks. And I feel like I use exam periods as like an excuse kind of to treat myself to them, because, oh, I didn't sleep much, or, oh, I need it to, study well and be productive. But realistically, I think all it's doing is like, well, obviously my heart is beating faster. I'm already quite stressed. I don't think it's good. It's just raising my cortisol. Probably. I'll Google that. Let me put my answer. Yes, I think it does. Here's the answer, whether it does increase cortisol. But I do think it does increase cortisol, and I'm already very stressed. There's no need for me to stress even more than I currently am. A final thing I'm trying to do is to rationalize a little more. I've mentioned this in my previous video. I'm trying to be less stressed because I don't need to be stressed. I had a great semester last semester grade-wise. I don't need any specific grades because I'm accepted into my specialization for next year. No one's going to see these grades when I apply to a job. And even if they do, I'm good. Like, I'm passing all my subjects. I don't know why I'm this stressed. I love law. I go to class. I'm attentive. I enjoy the subject. I should relax. I'm keeping this in the video just to hold myself accountable. I want to see how I am in a few weeks. But hopefully I will be rational. And I will be okay, and I'll realize that it's not the end of the world and that it's just a test, and then I'm good. So that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for sticking around and watching it. I hope I'll see you in one of my upcoming videos. Good luck to all students out there. I hope your exams will go well. Try and stay relaxed. I know it's a lot easier said than done. I'm with you on that one. I hope I'll see you in my next video, and until then, I hope you have a lovely rest of your day, weekend, week, whatever time it is right now when you're watching. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye!